Mark, let me ask you about in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the government has banned gatherings of more than 10 people, disrupting nationwide plans for protests. Violence there has been escalating since December. That's when President Joseph Kabila refused to step down, even though his term expired. And now UN investigators this week have found 17 mass graves in an area that's been plagued by heavy violence. Is this related to the current conflict? What's going on?
There is an insurgency in the Democratic Republic of Congo that is really more rooted in local issues, but it's taken on a sort of a national cast, in part because of the president's refusal to vacate his office under the agreed schedule. And so what you're seeing is kind of a combination of sort of local and regional issues combined with this kind of deadlock over the status of Laurent Kabila. And the UN has found itself caught in the middle of this. The UN has an enormous peacekeeping force in Congo. I think it's the largest in anywhere in the world. And they had 2 of their UN workers abducted and slain by members of this insurgent group. So it's become very personal for the United Nations. And there's been a debate, I think, about continuing to support this peacekeeping force. But the discovery of these mass graves just sort of adds a layer of horror to the whole story and probably makes it more urgent on the part of the international community that we break this stalemate and figure out some kind of a solution that leads to a peaceful transfer of power in that country.
Roz, you cover the UN, and as Mark said, Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador, is calling for cuts to the peacekeeping budget. At the end of March, she urged the UN to withdraw from the DRC because of government corruption. But I think the DRC is home to the largest United Nations peacekeeping operation. So what's going to happen now?
Well, basically, MONUSCO, that's the acronym for the peacekeeping operation in DRC. Haley has argued, look, the government doesn't want the UN to be there. There is this active fighting between government forces and members of the insurgency. Why should we have volunteer troops from other countries in the middle of that? However, other members of the council have said, because of things such as the discovery of these 17 graves the first week of April, that is why you need to have outsiders in there basically trying to at least keep people from killing each other. But there is a big question about whether peacekeeping writ large has a coherent mandate, has a coherent goal, or should it all be done on a country-by-country basis?
All right.